call me up with a set of plans. Wanna burn all this rubble while you're holding my hand. And I get already, gonna feel like the best. I'm all yours, yeah, you know, no room to make amends. You get me on fire, I'm fired up for you. Kerosene, no lighter. Ooh.
With a clear sky to start the day, we dragged everything into the patches of sunlight to dry out and packed up to start the Kennedy Range loop track.
11 k's to the next stop.
Bye bye camp. Nice little camp.
We had no real clue as to road conditions or how far we would travel today. Our first stop was to check out the brilliantly coloured Mookite rocks along the roadside and in a nearby creek. Mookite has been quarried here since the mid-1960s. It's a popular ornamental stone with great properties, making it suitable for cutting and polishing. We then had a quick stop at Mooka Springs, but the wind was quite strong, so we didn't stay there long. Our lunch stop was at Yenny Springs, where the Spinifex pigeons were also having their midday waterhole visit.
Okay, coming.
We continued along the track, stopping often to take photos of the scenery and wildlife.
First of all, I miss you. And secondly, I never want to see your face again. I get that it makes no sense. Oh, but I've been trying to forget that I remember you exist.
We called into Chaffcutter Springs, which was very pretty and would have made a great campsite, only it was still a little too early to stop. Later in the afternoon, we spotted an Australian bustard and her chick trying to hide in the trees. We eventually made camp on the edge of Lake Julia and enjoyed our first Kennedy Range sunset and sunrise.
I'm just exhausted, 'cause you said you needed me, and I took that way too seriously. So forgive me for saying I'm sorry. I don't need nobody except maybe you. Is it true love if I don't love anyone else? Maybe it's time that I stop lying to myself.
To start the day, the track was narrower with more little washouts and creeks. Today was day 9 of our trip, and we were expecting the track conditions to be rough as we headed up the western edge of the range. Once we turned into the gully that would take us to the top, we were committed. It was tight and nowhere to turn if we changed our minds.
Make another playlist with words I'd say directly to your face if I was brave enough. But instead I will give it a title that matches yours. Then listen with my headphones in and wonder what I'm crying for. I'm just exhausted,
After much bumping, we eventually emerged at the top of the range. From here we had a couple of hours of winding through the flowered-covered sand dunes.
Circle back to the topic of how you seem to move on. 'Cause I've been acting psychotic, been talking to people who've been long gone. I'm not even talking to you, I'm talking to myself. 'Cause I'm afraid of you, I'm afraid of the truth. So forgive me for saying I'm sorry. I don't need nobody except maybe you. Is it true love if I don't love anyone else? Maybe it's time that I stop lying to myself.
The eastern side of the range is again rocky, but with spectacular escarpments that the track winds alongside. We found a suitable campsite and ended the day watching the desert glow in the evening light.
For saying I'm sorry, I don't need nobody except maybe you. Is it true love if I don't love anyone else? Maybe it's time that I stop lying to myself.
Join us next episode for our adventures down the eastern side of the range and out to Mount Augustus.